You're about to watch a series of clips from our masterclass with the legend of the jazz bass world, Brian Bromberg.
There is no rule.
Yeah.
I have no regime of like I have to do this and this and this and this. I mean, I kind of did more when I was younger, making sure that my practice was split between reading, bowing, exercises, scales, all the stuff that you hate to do, and then I'd shut everything off and just jam and play and go through the rule book and play tunes. You know, I made sure that I practiced the rudiments and improvisation equally, so both sides grew together. But now I basically just, you know, pick up the bass and warm up and just start playing. And sometimes I'll literally pick up the bass and I'll just play a lick that becomes the song. So maybe that, I don't remember how that happened, but it's possible that I just picked up the bass and started playing it. I mean, literally. Yeah. And then it's like, oh wow, okay, I'm writing something.
Do you get a sense, you excited?
Oh, I instantly know that it's, there was a great singer, guitar player who unfortunately passed away named Kenny Rankin. He was a kind of a legendary American singer, and he and I used to do a lot of gigs together, but it was just me and him. I was the rhythm section. So he, doing those gigs really helped, because I would end up doing whatever the song was. I would end up being the drummer, the bass player, and the keyboard. You know, I've been doing all this stuff at the same time, and in that context, it really worked because it was just two of us, and it was really cool. It was really cool, and that helped me a lot because it you know, I had to be musical, I had to stay out of his way, but I also needed to groove, and so I started giving myself some slack of like, it doesn't have to be what the book says it has to be. It just has to be musical. How you do it. You look at Stanley Jordan with all the stuff he does. Is he wrong? He just plays his way. He just happens to do it differently than everybody else. Is he wrong? It's him. So it's the same thing. Is Charlie Hayden wrong? No, it's the music he plays, how he plays it. So I started cutting myself some slack of not trying to be so perfect and by the book, because when you listen to something on a record, who cares?
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
You know, like, I'll use it, I mean, it's D flat, you know, F A flat, yeah. You know, but I'll use it...
Yeah.
I'll use it as a finger, because it is. But, you know, there's times, you know, I'll finish a line with my thumb, because that's the note I want to play, and I'm just going to keep going down. I try not to separate this as like, okay, you can only use it this way. It's like, it's a viable note-making digit, you know? Yes. I will use it if it makes sense musically, as long as I'm in tune, you know? So that comes with freedom of your instrument and freedom of knowing, again, trying to know what those notes are and just, you know, muscle memory and just doing it over and over and over again. So I spent a fair amount of time kind of creating my own little exercises, I guess, of just, you know, I guess you call it the hammer-ons, whatever, you know, all that kind of stuff of like really making it as even as possible, right? I want to hear every note. And if it's even, you hear every note. Take every opportunity, every open door, jump in with both feet, because the worst thing that can happen is it doesn't work out. So what? The best thing that can happen is it can change your life. But any situation you go into may not, you go out, you go interview for a job, you may not get the job. You might get the job. You know, you might win the lottery, you might not. I mean, it doesn't matter. You go into it being the best you possibly can be. And if you have an opportunity to do something, then there's a reason why you have that opportunity.
Yeah.
If you're fortunate enough to earn a living doing it, awesome. But if not, if you just play on weekends or play in a bar band or just get together and jam with your friends after a week of work and you smile and you have a great time, that is just as rewarding as anything else. So don't be discouraged by the fact that, oh, you're not great or not famous or this or that. It's like, who cares? It's like, Nobody does it for that. You do it because you love it. You can't get expertise on an instrument if you're faking it or doing it for the wrong reason. You're putting the time in because of what it means to you. So just learn from the videos, learn from the interviews, because that will last forever. You know, you can always figure out where to put your finger, but hearing the stories behind how you put your finger and why, that's a whole other thing, right? So you get the human element, and just give it everything, and you're going to get out of it what you put into it.
I hope you enjoyed that series of clips. You got a taster of what the masterclass is all about. If you want to learn more, follow the links below.